Hello. Okay, I wanted to start. I'm going to spray myself with some lovely Archangel Michael spray. My dear friend Anne gave that to me. Thank you, Anne. I love it and I use it often. I wanted to start just talking to you about something. I have been working with this kit that is fabulous, and it's called Trauma Recovery Kit. And they're flower essences, and it's a kit of 6. And often when we go through trauma, after we think we've moved on, there's still the remnants of the emotional component and the imprint that's lodged in our body, wherever it is, or the grief that we have from the loss of someone. And I've been using these flower essences because I was very drawn to them, and they work. And so if you've never used a flower essence, it takes a little time, because it's not like I'm taking a medication for my arm and all of a sudden, 2 weeks later my arm's better. It happens subtly, and it works on the emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. And I just wanted to tell you about this because some of my clients, I've told them about it and they've gone on it, and it's helped them tremendously. And, in my work, every time I channel or speak to someone, I was speaking to Jesus the other day, and he said, if you're on earth, you have trauma. Simple as that. It's traumatic even being here, as we all know by now. And so what this does is it helps to remove the imprints. And I love the saying here by Natalie Chate. I define trauma as any experience that leaves a deep and painful energetic imprint in your heart. Traumatic imprints limit your functioning, the actualization of your potential, and your ability to embody and express your soul. So it's important, and they're the most beautiful. They're packaged so beautifully, and you just take with flower essences. They're energetic. So if you were to diagnose this, it would only be water in the bottle, because you're using the imprint of the flower that's used with this in the water, and you just take a few drops under your tongue, and then you say the what am I trying to say? Affirmation. So there's an affirmation that goes with each one. So as an example, this is awakening sensitivity, and it says, I awaken the supreme sensitivity of my heart. I recognize that my heart registers my experiences in a deep and profound way. I honor my heart as the repository of my personal story and the record keeper of my soul. I remove the layers of protection I've placed upon my heart and extricate myself from the interpersonal entanglements that inhibit my feelings. I liberate my heart and welcome what I have denied. As I experience my feelings, I heal my way to spiritual liberation and the sovereignty of my soul. I'm telling you, they're the most beautiful, what do I want to say? Affirmations. Thank you. We have being nurtured, we have experiencing empathy, finding liberation, restoring trust, which is a big one, and taking shelter. So you can just stay in your heart. There's one more I want to read to you that I was like, oh my God. How about this? Taking shelter. I am cocooned within the furled wings of my soul. In this unassailable sanctuary, I face and heal the fear generated by love's absence. I deconstruct fear's creations, erase its images, and dispel its prophecies with the eternal safety of my soul. Sheltered by divine love, I discover the supreme protection I seek, and no longer look outside myself what I can only find within my own soul. As I learn to soar above the clouds of fear, I create a future untainted by my traumatic experiences. I choose love as my now and forever state of being and gift my heart with the peace of my soul. Are those not amazing? So wanted to let you know if anybody wants more information about them. I do have some here for sale. If you have want any more information, you have a question, how does it work, what's it cost, whatever, call me. But I got to tell you, they're like magic. All right. So we have spring equinox coming up. And what I want to say is, are you all ready? Are you in a place of really looking at doing ritual, writing out, what you're clearing, what you're bringing in, lighting a candle, perhaps getting some beautiful flowers and doing whatever it is that you need to do for you? This is a time. Really take the time, think about what you want, and go through it. All right. Moving on. Working your light. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Boy, isn't that the truth? So you see this man on a journey on his path. That's beautiful. My only complaint is that these cards don't have numbers on them, so you have to look them all up. Oh, I opened right to it. The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take a baby step each day, within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you've journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you're planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could have ever imagined. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust the path and let your soul lead the way. I love that. So what that's saying is that I would say the same thing. Baby steps all the way up the mountain. Remember, this is, a total act of trust because we don't know where we're going. We're taking a step and we're trying to trust that we'll get there, and we will. The other thing is, in my coaching, that's what I tell people all the time. Take a step from what you have available to you right now, and that will take you further on the path. And certainly always paying attention to your heart, because your heart is where you're, to me, it feels like that's where my knowing is. It's not up here, it's here. And that's how I'm moving forward. All right. During virtue. During virtue, when everything happened and she denounced her cards and everything, everybody was calling me saying, are her cards no good? I don't believe that. I believe her cards were created from a place of love and guidance And for whatever reason, she's going off in a new direction, and that's totally fine. But I certainly wouldn't be throwing her cards out. I've got lots of her decks, and I love them. So healing with the angels. Harmony, yay. Harmony. So we have an angel playing a mandolin here. And it looks like the angel's dancing. So that's interesting. Keeping up to their own beat. Conflict is resolved in a situation that was troubling you. Know that you deserve this place and this peace and happiness, and accept it graciously. Beloved child of God, you are a peace lover at heart. This card comes to you as a sign of new harmony that dawns upon you. Let go of viewing the situation as troubled. See yourselves and others through the eyes of your guardian angel. In this way, you'll look past the surface and see the beauty and light that eternally shines within everyone. By shifting your viewpoint to the angelic perspective, you become an earth angel. Holding an elevated viewpoint sparks miraculous healings in all of your relationships. Conflict drops away, revealing the clean and new truth about everyone and everything. So, harmony. Everybody goes to their own beat, and everybody knows what's harmonious for you. So I would say this week, be mindful of that. Divine animals. Horse, what a beautiful card. He's jumping through a doorway and he's white. How beautiful is that? Really powerful. Really like this deck. It's so pretty. Freedom. To be truly free, we must learn true independence. Trust yourself, as listening to people who may have other agendas is not the way to go. Individuation from our parents is a natural process. Although it is often fraught with difficulty on both sides, your true power resides in your ability to always know you have a choice, and it is yours to make. And that horse is certainly, with freedom, is jumping out. I'm going to read the magic. It says, horse magic is profoundly free and powerful. To ride a horse at full gallop is to experience a sacred bolt of the most primal liberty. When you are feeling trapped or small, expand your field by calling for their energy. There's also a long history in physical and mental healing with horse energy, and this can be used when you are ill or unstable. Horse energy involves a calm and solid presence and can be used to quiet your spirit if you are feeling disturbed. Wow, I like that. I got to remember that when I'm tired or I don't feel quite well, I'm calling on horse energy. And one more from the animal kingdom, messages from the animal guides. Penguin. The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. I think this is literal. The darkness of the winter is now passing. The penguin looks like it's just going on his adventure. And I forget what I watched. There was a movie where the penguins at a certain time of year go all the way from one end to another location. And it's really far. And they all go in groups and stuff. So that's interesting. You've endured hardships in your life, sometimes gracefully, sometimes awkwardly, yet they've taught you life lessons that have been invaluable in forming the person you are today. These experiences have influenced the kind of personality and character you possess. However, the path you've taken has ultimately been influenced by the choices you make in response to those experiences. This is especially true with your most recent cycle, one that has presented many challenges that you've dealt with successfully. That period of travail is passing, and whether or not you're aware of it, it has contributed significantly to your spiritual growth. Emerging from the period, you're still faced with new challenges, but your reality, but you'll readily face them with the courage and inner strength you've mustered during this period of struggle. To me, that takes us to COVID and that whole thing. You've discovered resources that you never knew you had, and these will serve you well for the rest of your life. Your faith in life's unfoldment and your greater awareness of your soul's destiny will help you deal with anything that comes your way with self-confidence, grace, and fluidity. Making conscious and deliberate choices now becomes top priority, as these have the potential to dramatically alter your life. Wow, so this is kind of like determination. When we get something in our mind and we think this is what we're doing, it's determination. Just like that movie I said that I saw where the penguins go from, one end of the country at a certain time of year, all to another to mate and everything. And it's amazing to see this happen. You have to be pretty determined to go that length of time. Archangel Metatron by Amanda Ellis. Let's sum up this up and coming week. Lilac, higher realms and magic. Oh, love this magical castle on here. Looks like Cinderella's castle or whatever. And the lilac, reminds me of the shade of the violet flame. And the violet flame is something that's powerful, that changes things for us, because nothing can exist in violet or the shades of violet except for something very, very open in the light. As a child, you once knew that anything was possible, that dreams could come true, that spirit was real. Maybe you saw things you couldn't understand or failed to make grown-ups believe that you could see what you saw was real. The fairies under the tree, the angel at the bed, or the relative in spirit sitting behind you. Or you may have a child in your life right now who can see and sense it. It may also be that your inner child needs to rediscover the sense of wonder now too. So often we start believing, and then the heaviness of life can squash and diminish our ability to believe in magic and happily ever after. I still want to believe in that. Disappointments, betrayals, loss, all leave their mark, and today you are asked once again to look up and wonder what is possible for you. The lilac ray comes to remind you that the world of magic is all around you. You are asked to release your attention from the humdrum of ordinary life and believe in something extraordinary and out of this world again. For it is as real as anything else, much discovered through the layers of consciousness and light. You are asked to lift your eyes to the stars rather than look down at the ground where you feel stuck or thwarted or uninspired. The realm of magic and enchantment is everywhere. The search for gold at the end of the rainbow, the glow of the moon, fairy rings, an underwater world of coral reefs, the dew on the fresh grass, and twinkling stars. Now, doesn't that just uplift you? As children, we believed in fairy tales. We looked up to the princesses and prince and sat open-mouthed at visions of fantasy. To have reached the moon, man needed to have looked up and dreamed it was possible. You too now need to reach higher, dream bigger, and feel the magic of life stirring around you again. Believing in the angelic realm also brings much comfort and support at this time. Meditating on the lilac angelic palace of this card helps you attune to and connect into the reality and to feel angelic presence around you. This is Metatron at his softest, most gentlest, and most magical. Lilac is also a powerful purifier, so allow it to dissolve any negativity or sadness around you, as well as any fear of opening up to higher realms. The lilac ray also asks you to question what you believe. Chosen by deeply spiritual people who are often called to serve spirit in some way, you may question aspects of spirituality, angels, and source energy. Maybe you've had bad moments of doubt and crisis of faith. The lilac ray will pull you magnetically back to explore more, question more, and seek deeper truths. It is your soul calling you, reminding you that you are so much more than your physical body. You are a soul leading a physical life, not the other way around. You may also use this lilac energy to bring balance where you have been out of equilibrium. Containing both the red and blue rays, lilac effortlessly calms you and balances two separate ends of the color spectrum, and can now support and heal your body, mind, and spirit. A powerful transformative magic ray connected to lilac, and let it remind you that all stories start with once upon a time. Don't you love that? Just love the fairy realm and all the magic. So this week, trust your path. Find some harmony in your life, or what brings you harmony. Use the horse to pull you forward, and the penguin lighting our way, and bringing in the magic lilac ray to transmute and remind us, once upon a time we lived happily ever after. Thank you so much. Have a great week.